After Modi who? Modi's popularity is still well above that of the BJP. What explains Mohan Bhagwat's sudden reference to this 75 years age limit? There is an underlying tug of war between the BJP and RSS leaderships. Floating this retirement trial balloon is only an opening gambit. It is not checkmate.
The views expressed in this blog are hosted on my own website, are strictly personal and do not reflect the views of any organization.
Namaskar, hello and welcome friends to Straight Bat, my weekly video blog where, as the title suggests, I comment with a straight bat. You see, Rajdeep ji, in the Congress we play out our faction fights in the public glare. The BJP cleverly does it behind closed doors, was the lament recently of a senior congressman to me. You see, the Shashi Tharoor versus Congress saga in Kerala, and then the long-running soap opera in Karnataka between Siddaramaiah and D.K. Shivkumar are the freshest examples of the Congress's propensity of scoring self-goals through public recrimination. सब कुछ खुलेआम करना है. By contrast, the power tussles within the BJP and the intra-Sangh Parivar battles rarely get the same attention because the mics are kept out of the picture. Then be it Amit Shah versus Yogi Adityanath turf war in Uttar Pradesh that many believe cost the BJP heavily in the 2024 general elections, or the BJP leadership versus RSS wrangle that has now delayed the announcement of a new BJP president for several months. This warring doesn't make the headlines because there is this atmosphere of fear that creates a veil of silence within the saffron brotherhood. Which is why, my friends, one reason why RSS Sarsanchalak Mohan Bhagwat's recent remarks advising public figures to step aside and retire at 75 years have raised more than a few eyebrows. You see, Prime Minister Narendra Modi will turn 75 on the 17th of September this year, as will ironically Mr. Bhagwat a few days earlier. Not surprisingly, the opposition has been quick to seize on the RSS leader's comments, claiming that the saffron brotherhood is a house divided and the pater familias, or the head of the family, the RSS, wants to effect a succession plan in the BJP. After Modi who is a question a bit like after Nehru who, which was asked in the 1960s. It is an eyeball-grabbing topic for a studio discussion or a nice political adda, but a reality check, which I'm going to give you today on the video blog, will tell you that the man from Vadnagar in Gujarat is not going anywhere in any hurry at the moment. There is a story in my 2024 election book, 2024, the election that surprised India, about Prime Minister Modi's desire to stay in power at all costs. You see, apparently as a young man, when Mr. Modi worked briefly at his uncle's canteen in Ahmedabad's bus station, he would take a state transport bus to and from his Vadnagar home. He would leave his jhola or bag behind in the bus only to reserve a seat, since the same bus would take him back to Vadnagar. Moral of the story, एक बार नरेंद्र मोदी कुर्सी पर बैठ गए, no one can snatch the kursi from him. Once he has sat on the chair, kursi is his and his only. Now the story may be apocryphal because it was related to me by a veteran Congress leader in Gujarat. But the underlying message is clear. An instinctively domineering figure, Narendra Modi is very uncomfortable without total control over his destiny. Such larger-than-life figures with their personality cult are loath to take any backseat, forget about retirement at 75. But at the same time, RSS chiefs usually weigh their words very carefully. So, what explains Mohan Bhagwat's sudden reference to this 75 years age limit?
75 वर्ष की साल जब उड़ी जाती है तब उसका अर्थ यह होता है कि अब आपकी आयु हो गई, अब जरा बाजू हमको करने दो.
You see, a section of the Sangh Parivar has been desirous of a generational change within the BJP for a while. And this has been whispered about in power corridors. There is an underlying tug of war between the BJP and RSS leaderships that came to the fore in the 2024 general elections last year. When BJP President JP Nadda remarked in an interview to the Indian Express that the BJP has grown from the time it needed the RSS and it is now saksham or capable of running its own affairs. Those remarks of Nadda ji had caused disquiet within the Sangh Parivar hierarchy, a reflection perhaps of a wider discomfort within the RSS of a political ecosystem today that revolves around the cult of Prime Minister Modi as a godlike figure. You will recall that last September, Mohan Bhagwat had spoken in a manner that appeared to reflect the inner angst of the RSS when he declared, "Through work, everyone can become a revered figure. But whether we ourselves have reached that level will be determined by others, not by ourselves. We should not proclaim that we have become God." Unquote. The reference to the Prime Minister, who was being projected as a self-styled non-biological God in the 2024 election campaign, is unmistakable, my friends. And yet, despite the misgivings in some quarters, the RSS still knows that Mr. Modi remains their best bet for now to retain political and ideological hegemony. A CSDS 2024 post-poll survey shows Modi's popularity is still well above that of the BJP. 1 in every 4 voters of the BJP said they voted for the party only because of Narendra Modi's leadership. That figure was 1 in 3 in 2019. You could argue therefore that Mr. Modi's popularity has dimmed a bit. But take away the Modi factor and the BJP looks far more vulnerable politically. And the RSS knows that. Mr. Modi is the political mascot of brand Hindutva. He is the commander-in-chief, the star attraction, the face of Hindutva. In a sense, my friends, we are in the age of what I call Moditva, where a personality cult is suffused into religious majoritarianism. From a Ram Mandir in Ayodhya to Article 370 being withdrawn in Jammu and Kashmir to now even attempts at pushing through a uniform civil code in BJP-ruled states, the Modi government has ensured in the last decade the effective implementation of the RSS's core Hindutva agenda. In fact, the BJP's political dominance under Mr. Modi gives the RSS the long-awaited, much-cherished opportunity to spread its footprint like never before, be it in university campuses, cultural fora, bureaucracy, or dare I say, even in newsrooms. As a result, there has been a clear shift in the power dynamics within the Sangh Parivar. And this is a crucial point. For much of its 100 years of existence, it completes its centenary this year, the RSS was the undisputed ideological fountainhead within the Saffron Brotherhood. The Modi decade has changed the rules of engagement. The BJP still draws its support systems from the well-entrenched RSS grassroots structures. The Karyakartas of the RSS are still very important. But at a leadership level, it is now Prime Minister Modi, an RSS pracharak turned politician, and not Sarsangh Chalak Mohan Bhagwat, who is primus inter pares in Latin, or in English, first among equals. This is the marked departure, my friends, from the Vajpayee years, where the RSS leadership would repeatedly snipe at an aging Prime Minister leading a rickety coalition government. Recall how then RSS Sarsanchalak K.S. Sudarshan used to be openly contemptuous of Vajpayee ji's decision making, even urging Vajpayee ji to step aside. An open public criticism that led to a angry Vajpayee making his famous tired na retired remark. In sharp contrast, Mohan Bhagwat knows that he cannot confront Mr. Modi directly. What he can do though is to draw some kind of a Lakshman Rekha, thereby spelling out what the RSS believes are the limits of an autocratic leadership style for the Modi-Shah duo. Floating this retirement trial balloon is only an opening gambit. It is not checkmate. Ironically, it was the Modi-Shah combine who in 2015 introduced the concept of a Margdarshak Mandal, a symbolic grouping of a 75-year plus party veterans like L.K. Advani and Murli Manohar Joshi, whom the Modi-Shah regime cut to size by pushing them into a permanent retirement abode. The RSS realizes it cannot force a Margdarshak Mandal-like role upon Prime Minister Modi at this stage. He is just too powerful. But the RSS wants to or would like the party to create a more consensual path for a younger post-Modi BJP leadership of their choice. Which is why the answer to that vexed question, "Kaun banega BJP president," that has been boiling for months now, will perhaps give all of us a sense of which way the wind is blowing in this highly secretive internal power game. A power game that is not in the headlines, but trust me, is playing out on the ground. As a postscript, and listen to this carefully, in the same week that Mohan Bhagwat was giving his 75 years retirement advice, Home Minister Amit Shah was telling a group of women farmers in Ahmedabad, "I have decided that whenever I retire, I will spend the rest of my life for Vedas, Upanishads and natural farming." Unquote. Please think about what Amit Shah was saying. The ultimate practitioner of ruthless power politics, Sam, Dam, Danda, Bhed, is retiring to farming? No, my friends, not quite. Gujarat's Jodi number 1 has thrived now for decades on absolute power, first in Gandhinagar and now in Delhi. And they are in no mood to give up so easily. The RSS will certainly fight for greater political space, but the truth of the matter is, in the Modi-Shah political universe, age is only a number. Retirement, therefore, is not likely anytime soon. Think about it. That was the Straight Bat. Do of course subscribe to my YouTube channel for many more such videos. For now, stay well, stay safe. Jai Hind. Namaskar.